from Davis Hills to Johnson when it opened. I taught in the business department upstairs, which was very near his office. When we had a duty, we always wanted to work with Willie Clark. When students were referred for discipline reasons by a teacher, he would give them the referral and say, read it, or he would read it. Of course, they never did anything. By the time he got through asking a few questions, he had them so confused they would admit to everything. Every time I saw him, we would laugh about an incident sometime in the 70s. Johnson was playing in a tournament in Tuscaloosa. So Willie drives that big white Cadillac, and 4 white women got in. When we would stop going to Tuscaloosa, people would look over at us and we'd start laughing. They would quickly turn around, but they tried to catch another peek. Now you can imagine the scene we caused when we went in Shoney's to eat. In the summer of 1985, some of us went to Europe. And that was the summer that a plane in Greece was hijacked, an American was killed, and the passengers were held hostage for 2 weeks. A few people were a little bit concerned about us, but not Willie Clark. When we got back, he said, "I wasn't worried at all about you two." He said, "I knew they wouldn't hold you hostage very long because they didn't want to hear me talk." Most of you have read online about the many kind things he did for students over the years. I asked some teachers what they remember about him. They also remembered that old 55 Chevrolet that he would sometimes drive to school. Laughing the many hours that we worked on those danged old federal cards. His talking about his travels representing the Alpha fraternity, his love of singing in the Alpha ensemble. Last night, there was a great tribute to him from his fraternity brothers. The singing of that ensemble and all the Alphas, what could I say? It almost took my breath away. What a blessing. But, just so you will know, I still could hear Willie Clark above all of you. One teacher said she remembered that during Christmas, when all of the students were gone and most teachers, the 12-month employees were still there. But Willie would lead them singing Christmas songs. But of course, again, you could only hear him. He kept in touch with us over the years. Just a few weeks ago, he asked me to look up a number of an old bookkeeper we had at Johnson. That was many, many years ago. He said he wanted to call her just to see how she was doing. Another teacher said she remembered all of the notes and personal letters that he would write to you for doing a good job. She even said, "I know right now exactly where mine is." Over the years, as we began to talk about retirement, we would laugh how quickly we could be replaced. But all Willie Clark would say is, "You won't know I'm gone till I'm gone." Most mornings, as I would walk upstairs, I would either see him in the commons area, or I could see him through the window in his outer office. But one morning, I didn't see him, so I went on to my room. A few minutes later, Ernie Davis came over and said, "Have you seen Willie today?" And I said, "No, not yet." He said, "Let's go over there." So we went over there. In his outer office, there was nothing on the wall. We went in the inner office, nothing on the wall. All the drawers were pulled out. They were empty in both desks. Willie Clark had truly left the building. I'm not so sure how he pulled that off, but last night someone mentioned about how persuasive he could be. I think he must have talked to Belinda Williams at Central Office. We got no communication at all before he retired. I think some people that kept that building running so we could do our job, Nate, Ezel, Rich, and Harvey, moved him out the night before. We missed Willie that day and every day after that, and we miss him now.